Okay, Rosie, stay. Okay, Rosie, break. Yes, good girl. That's really good. Good job, Rosie. Hey, Rosie. Sit. Rosie. Hey. Sit. I know, there's a car. Sit. Yes, good job. Good job. So we're at the end of a lot of videos, so we're starting to not be quite as responsive as normal. And you'll notice that they get fatigued. It's just like a kid at the end of the day. It's really hard for them to come home and do their homework immediately and turn their brain back on after it's been fried all day. So keep that in mind. If you get to the end of a training session or you start a new one and you notice she's really tired and unresponsive, end it quickly. End on a good note and move on and try again later. But I am just going to walk you through threshold training quick, and then she will be done for a little while and she'll get to go and take a break. But basically what threshold training is the practice of having her sit and stay until she's invited through the door after you. Oh, did you find a piece of kibble? I think so. Come here. Sit. Yes. Good job. So what we'll do is just like you saw in the beginning, we'll tell her sit, we'll tell her stay, we'll open the door behind us, walk through first, and then we'll invite her through afterwards. And that part is really important, very, very important that you walk through first. We want to make sure she's in the habit of sitting and waiting and then not going out without us. So the reason this is so important is quite obvious. It does help reduce the risk of door dashing, which is where a dog sees a door slightly open and they go darting out to try to go have a big adventure in the neighborhood, which is of course very, very dangerous and every dog parent's worst nightmare. So we want her in the habit of consistently sitting and staying before she is invited through the door after us. The other reason this is really helpful and important, especially for a golden, is it's a really good opportunity to practice stay and impulse control. Stay is one of those commands that we do recommend setting aside some time to build up stamina with, but the more you can incorporate it into her daily routine, the better off she will be. So walking through doors is a really good chance to do this. The only time we won't do it is if she's been in the crate for a while or first thing in the morning and we're going out the back door. She's got to go potty. We will have her sit really quick and then she'll be out, allowed to just go on out. We won't go out first or anything. We'll just open it up and let her go, just because potty training takes priority. The better she gets at it though, and the better she gets with potty training, you can use the back door or whatever her potty door is as well. So really, really important for impulse control. That is something golden retrievers always struggle with because they are just so excited and happy about life. So the more we can incorporate impulse control exercises, the better off she will be too. All right, and the third reason is it's also a really good opportunity to communicate to our dog that we are in charge of her safety and not the other way around. So especially for Rosie, who is a nervous, more insecure pup when we are outside of the home especially, so critical that you walk through the door first and just give her that subtle communication that she naturally understands. I got her back and it is not her job to protect me. This can make a huge difference in terms of reactivity, anxiety, even aggression and stuff too. Just making sure that our dog knows their role when we're out for a walk is really important, not to be confused with dominance theory and power dynamic. We're in no way overpowering our dog. We're just using subtle body language to communicate our role and our jobs when we're out for a walk. The other thing you can do to help this is if you're stopping to talk to a neighbor and you've got her in a nice down like she is, just make sure you stand slightly ahead. You don't want to be back here. You want to be up here, just slightly ahead. Again, we're just displaying to her that we're in charge of her safety and not the other way around. And she can be confident and relaxed as long as she is focused on us and stays by our side. And that will go a long way. So really quick, my favorite example of this is I once fostered a 150-pound Mastiff Great Dane mix when I was living in New York City. The rescue I was involved with pulled him from a shelter because he was great. He met all of the behavioral markers. He was super adaptable. But almost immediately once he got in my home, he became extremely reactive towards men. And that, as you can imagine, was really dangerous and really stressful in the streets of New York because there's just not the space to distance yourself. So we had to work really, really hard. That's one of the cases that actually inspired me to go into training professionally. I worked closely with a trainer that volunteered for the rescue. We went through all the stuff and really she was able to break down the psychology of it. And he was a very insecure dog. As much as he seemed like he was scary and reactive and all of that, he really was super, super insecure, which he displayed in so many different ways. But as soon as we started doing threshold work and body positioning, just when I stopped, oh my gosh, night and day. That the relief that we could visibly see in the dog was incredible. Of course, other command work that I did really helped too, but that made the biggest difference. And he went on to be adopted. I could walk him all around, no problem. But I did make a very strong point to go through every single door. And I mean, like, my bedroom door out to the living room, my like apartment door to the hallway, the elevator door, so on and so forth. There were like 5 doors we had to go through before we even got outside. So it was really, really good practice. It took a lot of repetition, but so worth it in the long run. So especially for a more nervous, insecure dog, it will help give Rosey the confidence she needs to continue improving on leash work and socialization. Okay, please let me know if you have any questions about threshold training. She has done really, really well with this. I don't anticipate there being many issues here, but just make sure you stay consistent with practicing and let us know if you have questions.